Today, college football week 1 is finally here. The transfer portal is closing for the spring, and I got a new segment for ya. This is American Game Day. Welcome to American Game Day. Today is a very, very beautiful Saturday. Not just about the weather. I don't know what it is or the weather around you, but it is amazing here because college football is back today, week 1, and we got football every Saturday all the way up until January, and if you count the NFL on Sunday, all the way till February. Yes, and then college basketball starts, so we're gonna have sports every weekend all the way up until April. Yeah, but before we jump into the games today, there were some games. College football week 1 actually started on Thursday, so they had a couple big games throughout the week this week. And I'm going to go over those. So here's some scoreboard updates for you over the weekend. Got North Carolina versus Minnesota. You got North Dakota State versus Colorado. There were some good ones as well. And then Coastal Carolina versus Jacksonville State. Wow, look at the scores of these games. And I was recording the this episode before the Friday night games. So the Friday games and then any big upsets will be at the bottom of the screen. But I got some headlines for you. Not many, as much as I had last week, but I got a few. But the NCAA, not official yet, but they think the transfer portal is a little overpowered at the moment. And they think it's the right decision. They're planning on just not doing a spring transfer portal, just doing one window for the transfer portal in the off season, and I think that's, right when the championship game ends, that's when the portal should open, and it should close, I think, sometime right before the school year ends. I think the whole spring portal, making people change, like, right before summer is a little weird for the whole summer thing. It's like, who wants to transfer in the middle of the summer when you have no time to practice anyway? That is stupid anyway. And then Tennessee's athletic director, Danny White, is now the highest paid SEC athletic director for $2.75 million. That is a lot. And Tennessee, Josh Heupel better win a championship this year now. I got some NBA to talk about, I guess. Yeah, another contract has been signed for Steph Curry. Yeah, for a 1-year extension for $62.6 million with the Warriors. All right, our game of the week getting ready to kick off in just about under an hour. We got Clemson versus Georgia on ABC, 11 o'clock kickoff, number 14 versus 1. Yeah, I hope you all like my new graphics this year. Yeah, instead of stationary graphics, a little movie, give the graphics some life. I hope you all like it. I spent a lot of time in the off season working on these, and I know there might be some adjustments to still I need to make to them, but I really like it. But anyway, Clemson and Georgia. This is going to be a big one. Let's take a look at their matchups from this big matchup. Here's their stats from their bowl game. Now, obviously, these two didn't play each other in the bowl game, but these two really, they both won their bowl games in 2023. I mean, Clemson put up 38 points. Georgia totally shut out Florida State, putting up 63 points. They both did a good job passing. Georgia did a little hard time running the ball against Florida State, which is peculiar because Georgia Tech had a awesome time with that. So Georgia might actually have a hard time running the ball today. But let's look at Cade. Yeah, stats from last year. He passes 62%, 2,800 yards, 19 touchdowns. 9 interceptions, a little low, but Carson Beck also has 6 interceptions as well. So they're both really doesn't take care of the ball that much. They both need to take care of the ball a little better. But Carson Beck passed at 72%, 3,900 yards, got 24 touchdowns last season. Boy, is this going to be a good game. Let's look at the ACC. What do they got for us? Well, Kansas State versus Pitt, 11 o'clock on ESPNU. That's going to be a quite a matchup. I think I'm going to put an upset alert on Pitt State for the first half. I think Kansas State will keep it close, and I think Pitt will pull away in the second half. And then Ohio versus Syracuse. I'm putting this one on here too. Ohio could potentially pull off an upset here as well. And then Georgia State versus Georgia Tech. How is Georgia Tech going to respond over a beatdown? Well, I wouldn't say much. I would say, yeah, a beatdown, even though they won by a field goal. It felt like a beatdown against Florida State. They controlled majority of the game. And then Florida State on, I think Monday, has got a really good one, a redemption against Boise State. On to the Big Ten. UConn's been in the news lately about potentially joining the Big Ten. The rumor's dropping now because the Big 12 says they're not interested at the moment. Not to say it will happen. It won't happen, just not in the next couple of years. And then UTEP versus Nebraska. Got to be a good one, 2:30 on Fox. And then Fresno State versus Michigan. Yeah, how is the cheating team going to respond to Fresno State, a Mountain West team? On to the Big 12 we go. Big 12's got a good one. South Dakota State. Now, I'm going to break this game down later on because Oklahoma State is one of the main teams that we're going to cover. But, 1 o'clock, ESPN Plus, South Dakota State, not just runner-up, they won the FCS championship last year. They won 15-0. They're on the road to play number 17, Oklahoma State. But guess who they have to run into? Ollie Gordon II. Yep. He had 1,732 yards running. He averaged 6 yards per play, 21 touchdowns, and his longest run was 75 yards. He's going to be a hard man to stop, and he's going to be in the Heisman race this year for sure. And then Penn State is on the road to West Virginia. I got an upset alert here. I think Penn State can pull it off, but I mean, go down to the Mountaineers. Yeah, that fan base is crazy. It is hard to win there. West Virginia might not be a good game, but that fan base boosts their energy when they're home. And then UNLV is going to Houston. That's going to be quite a big one to pay very close attention to. And on to the SEC. It's got a good one as well. 6:30 tonight on ABC. Number 7 Notre Dame versus number 20 Texas A&M. This is going to be quite a showdown. Another upset alert, I would say. Who was the head coach for Duke last year? Yeah, Jimbo Fisher is gone. He's now the head coach for Texas A&M. And Marcus Freeman, I think this might actually be his year. So that's going to be quite a game. I think A&M might be a little underrated. But we'll just have to see. I think Notre Dame might be a little overrated. I think they're both closer to the same rank, but we'll just have to wait and find out tonight. Miami versus Florida, 2:30 ABC is going to be a good one. Don't sleep on Florida just because they're not ranked. They can, it's the swamp. They're home in the swamp, so they can potentially pull off an upset. And then tomorrow at 6:30 on ABC on a Sunday, USC, Lincoln Riley going against LSU. And remember, he tried to cancel this game because he's too afraid of the SEC. And then the Pac-2. Yeah, I'm going to love doing this segment, making fun of them. But Portland State is going to Washington State, 2 o'clock on the CW, and Idaho State is going against Oregon State, 5:30 on the CW. Getting the group of 5 some love now. Kansas State, first year in the FBS, and they're getting quite a big opponent. UTSA, they are good. They're good. Don't sleep on them. They might they're not good enough to go to the playoffs, I'll say that, but they could be a running in their conference. Boise State versus Georgia Southern is going to be a good one. North Texas versus South Alabama, and UCLA versus Hawaii. Yeah, the Hawaii test right there. And then I got some NFL headline for you, just one for you. Tom Brady is in the running for a stake in owning the Raiders. And when you own a team and you're doing broadcast TV, he's gonna have some limitations. So he can't go to he can't visit any practices or be in any team meetings or any of that when he's broadcasting. He probably can't. And if the Raiders are on Fox, he probably can't do commentator for that game as well. So, and that's going to be quite challenging for Tom Brady right there. And some featured games for Week 1 for start September 5th. I think it's a Thursday, that is. We got the Ravens versus the Chiefs. Ooh, the Packers versus the Eagles. Starting off strong. Cardinals, yeah. Who's that quarterback from Oklahoma? Oh, yeah. I don't know his name, but, you know, he's back, whatever. And then the Jets versus the 49ers. Going to be a good, big game on Monday Night Football. All right, let's take a look at the AP poll for us. The AP, yeah, this is what the AP thinks the playoff will look like before the season started. So, obviously, with Florida State gone now, you could probably bump Miami in there. Yeah, Miami... Well, what is the next? I don't even know what the next highest ACC team is. I think it's Miami, and yeah, they're nowhere in this picture. So there's only one ACC team, and it's very possible with Florida State's loss, they might be below 15 and still get a 3 spot or 4 spot now. So you could bump Utah up to 3 now with that lost by Florida State. But we'll just have to wait and see. I think that this is going to be quite a bracket. I'll be, you know, making my prediction and seeing what it looks like based week to week on what the playoff 12-team playoff will look like. I'm really interested to see because we got quite a few matchups. As you can see here, they're going to give us, they want a Michigan and Texas rematch again. I want to see Notre Dame and Ole Miss. That's going to be quite a show. Boise State and Oregon. But Penn State and Alabama. Penn State versus Alabama. That one's going to be quite a bowl game. I really want to see that. I think we might actually get that game. Obviously, by the end of the season. Because I don't see both those two teams winning the conference. And it's very possible if they don't meet there, man, I wish they do, but it's very possible they'll line up together as well. Alright, let's head to the teams we cover. Starting off with Kansas. They hosted Lindsey Wood, and what a game that was for Kansas. Wow! There's the final score of that game. I'm going to be doing these every week, breaking down all these big teams that we cover. And now Tulsa hosted Northwestern State. There's the final score of that game, and what a game that was for Tulsa getting their good starts in the American Conference. Moving on to Oklahoma State, South Dakota State. Ooh, Oklahoma State. This is going to be a good one. 1 o'clock, ESPN Plus. I'm actually going to be down at that game today. Yeah, I got to leave pretty soon. Yeah, I'm going to be down at that game today. But really want to see, I got an upset alert on Oklahoma State. This one is going to be a really big one. Let's take a look at their opponent. South Dakota State last year went 15-0, and they won the FCS championship game. Yeah, I think, and they're not moving. They don't have plans to move to the FBS anytime soon. But I will tell you this: if they upset Oklahoma State, they should automatically jump to the FBS next year. And then let's look at Texas. 2:30 on ESPN. They're playing Colorado State. They're number 4 in the country, but losing their top running back is going to hurt Texas a lot. But Yeah, Quinn Ewers will just have to focus on the passing game. And Colorado State, probably knowing that he's going to pass the ball every single play now. And they know that they can stop the run easily. But they went 5-7 last year. They were one game short of making the bowl game. But they got one of the toughest schedules in the Mountain West this year. They got to play their in-state rival Colorado too. If they win that game, and that game went to overtime last year as well. All right. Well, let's check out what's going around the network here on Fantastic Sports. Flipboard Podcast will be every other Monday at 6. Down and Distance will be Wednesday at 6. Yeah, there's going to be another Down and Distance episode this coming Wednesday. And then when basketball season comes back around, Inside the Paint will be every other Wednesday at 6. And then our flagship show, this show you're watching right now, American Gameday, getting you ready for a full college sports day every Saturday at 10 a.m. And if you haven't already, check out our website, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, for the latest news, scores, stats, etc. That's all going around the network here on Fantastic. Oh yeah! Underdog Game of the Week, new segment alert! Yeah, 11 o'clock, getting ready to kick off on ESPN. Virginia Tech versus Vanderbilt. Yeah, instead of doing my joking the week where just a stupid Power 5 team plays against a Group 5 team where there's no reason to schedule it, it was kind of a dumb segment. I've changed it up. I'm doing underdog. I'm going to predict underdog team to pull off an upset. Now, I'm going to start easy this week, but you would think, you're going to start easy, but you're picking Vanderbilt to win this game? Yes, I am. I think Vanderbilt could beat Virginia Tech. Going to be a big win for the SEC. And, yeah, I should break down all of the conference versus conferences for the first couple of weeks. And I'll do the stats here in about week 4. I should do that. All right. It's now time for the option! Starting off with Penn State and West Virginia. This one is going to be a really good game to pay very close to because any team in the Big 12 can win the Big 12. Now, don't give me high hopes for West Virginia to win this game, but they will keep it close. They will keep it competitive, but give me Penn State to win this ball game. All right, now we head on to the Swamp. Another good one that could potentially pull off an upset. Can they pull off this upset? I don't think so. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think Florida will keep it close since they're at home. But Miami will pull off this win. I really feel like Miami's going to win this game, especially with Florida State losing. They're thinking, okay, now's our time to shine. Speaking of Florida State, they got a redemption game on Monday against Boston College, another ACC team. Oh, and guess what? Yeah, that counted as an ACC game against Georgia Tech. So, yeah, Florida State now at the bottom of the conference. Who would have thought that? But give me Florida State. They're at home. I think that they'll feel a lot better winning this game. And another big one. This one's going to be a tough one for me since South Dakota State did just win the FCS. But Oklahoma State is number 17 in the FBS. And give me the Cowboys winning this ball game. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer to what most people think. But I think Oklahoma State will pull it out. Another hard one. I'm still having a hard time picking the winner of this game. I still don't know. If I have to pick based off right now against Notre Dame and A&M, give me the Irish. Okay. The Irish are going to win this game. They're on the run. I think Marcus Freeman's got a little more experience at head coach now. And USC, Lincoln Riley is afraid of the SEC. So, he tried to get this game canceled. It didn't happen. This game's going to happen on Sunday night. Give me LSU to win this game and knock USC out of the AP rankings. 6:30 on ABC tomorrow night. Alright, got another EA Sports College Football 25 prediction for you. Our game of the week, Georgia versus Clemson. Gonna be a big game, just like a Clemson gets ball first, picks up 7 yards on the play. Next play, what they got up their sleeves? A running play, get it big, open gap. He's on the middle, one-on-one with the safety. He's going, he's all the way. Clemson on the ball first in 2 plays. But Georgia's got an answer, do they? They get down the field. Just not as fast as Clemson, but they do get down the field. They're inside the red zone now, running the ball. Here we go. Oh, but Clemson gets a good stop and forces Georgia a field goal. Clemson fans are not happy about that, but I think that's a win. You hold Georgia to a field goal. Clemson ends up putting the ball right back to them. Georgia gets ball first, and we have this wide open player. He gets inside the 5. Wow. And Georgia, 3rd and goal, gets into the end zone. They take their first lead of the ball game. Yeah. On to the second quarter we go. What does Clemson have? Do they have an answer? No, they fumbled the ball. It looks like Georgia landed on that, but no, a Clemson player ended up getting it. They punted the ball. Not a great way for Clemson to start the second quarter. That sparks some offense for Georgia's side. They're on their way, moving the ball down the field now. They're looking to extend their lead. What a catch. 1 foot inbound inside the 3. On a 3rd and goal, it's in. They ruled it incomplete, but on review, he's got both feet in. That's an NFL catch. Touchdown. They reversed the call. And then Georgia gets the ball right back, and they score again. On to the third quarter we go. It gets just disaster for Clemson for here. Georgia is just touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. Yeah, it does not look pretty for Clemson right there. They ended up getting the ball going late in the fourth quarter. Georgia ended up winning 58-34. Alright, our game of the week, Clemson versus Georgia. You just saw what EA Sports just predicted. Got Georgia winning this ball game big. I think there's going to be a little more defense in this game. We're both 1-0. We both got the Florida State game wrong, except for EA Sports was a little more correct. I mean, they did have Florida State coming back in the fourth quarter, but wasn't expecting the Georgia Tech to make the game-winning field goal. Anyway, we're talking about this game, Clemson versus Georgia. Give me Georgia to win this game. Like I said, there's going to be a little more defense in this game. It won't be as high-scoring as EA Sports says it will be, but I think Georgia will win more than 2 possessions. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Episode of American Gameday. I'll see you guys next week.